Last week of 2020 is among us.
Yep.
Finally.
Right. This year felt like 5 years.
Oh Lord.
Trump finally signing the stimulus package too.
Reluctantly, right?
Right. That part.
I mean, I know he was pushing for the 2000 stimulus check for all Americans,
Mm.
but I guess some of them so-called Republicans in the Senate want him to sign off for the $600 stimulus check,
Right.
and we all know $600 is pocket change compared to
Mm-hmm.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Because how people with families and children are going to survive or pay bills or I don't know with that money.
Like
Just don't make no damn sense.
Exactly. Which is
Ronnie.
why our so-called government is a joke.
Yeah, for sure. Christian, Ronnie, Eric was
I
good.
guess.
Tim.
Oh, Eric's in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
shit, that's shit. What else is going on? So pretty much 6ix9ine this King Von and stuff like that.
Who? Kid Vaughn? Who the hell is that?
I don't know who that
Y'all be
even is.
talking like foreign to me when you say these people names.
King Von, he's that recent rapper that died who got shot.
Oh,
He was dating that
Never heard
one
of
of
him.
the city girls or some shit.
Wow.
hmm.
And 6ix9ine dissed him. It's like how you diss a dead man? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's unheard of.
It happens. You was good. Ronnie, you already know what I'm picking, man. El Nino over the Firm. I know Reg's gonna pick the Firm album, but
Yeah, that's a hard one. I hate both those albums. I'm gonna go with the firm. Yeah, fuck it.
mm-mm.
By the way, I'm gonna order y'all CDs tonight or tomorrow.
Right.
All right. You need my shipping info.
You said what?
You need my shipping address and all that.
No, I first still got it on my Amazon.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Yo, who saw that movie Soul? By the way,
I did.
Huh?
that Pixar movie called Soul.
Yeah, it's that new animated Disney movie starring Jamie Foxx.
That shit's pretty good though.
Yeah, I watched that on Christmas Day. So
Say,
I am. So, what movie?
Soul.
it's called
Oh, I
Soul.
didn't watch it. I've seen people online talk about it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's something the world needs at this time.
Oh yeah.
I was watching Wonder Woman this weekend.
The
Thank
sequel, right?
Yes, that's good. I like it better than the first one.
what?
Of course, the
You the
first
first
one is her
person.
origin story. So
There's issues I have with the movie though. Like I think the romance with Diana and Steve ran too long in that film, and they didn't explain certain things like where the stone came from and all that. But I think it's a better it had better action than the first film. But the first one I was bored with it. Like I fell asleep watching it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the first one.
wow.
And people praised it. I'm like, what's so good about Wonder Woman? It wasn't good.
Because it was her origin story, and
Yes,
it's
I
just you
know.
see
I
her.
get it. I get it. Ashley,
Yeah.
it's I know the Amazon. I get it, but
Hmm.
I just felt like they could have picked a better villain for the first one. Even with this one, like the dude that was playing Max, I forgot his last name, but the dude that was playing the villain, that's the dude that's actually the Mandalorian. But you don't really see him too much because he got his helmet on.
Right.
And he was on Narcos. If anybody watched Narcos on Netflix, he was in the first 2 seasons of Narcos. Got his Pedro Pascal or something like that. His name is, but I just thought it was a better film than the first one. But the romance with and they didn't explain how Steve came back from the dead because he died in the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like he just came back, and he came back like his spirit came back in like another man's body. So she like it was another man that was with her, but she just saw Steve.
I have not watched it yet, so
Yeah, they didn't explain that, but I
didn't watch the second one, so
yeah,
I need to watch it. So don't anyone tell me anything more.
I can't give you everything that happened.
Yeah, don't give nothing away.
Kristen Wiig looked phenomenal in the film. She was in shape. You know, I thought she played a good cheetah. But I just there's just certain things that they didn't explain for that film. But I thought that was a good film.
Okay, don't nobody say nothing else about that movie until I get a chance to watch it. Don't no one spoil it for me. Don't spoil it.
But, yo, Eric, I definitely agree with you because that Playboy Cardi album was trash.
What is it?
I don't know. Playboy Cardi, like I've been hearing about this nigga's album all fucking Christmas, like. And then the dude I'm making the beat for, he told me to listen to the bass lines on the fucking album and shit. I'm just like, damn, I don't even like the fucking album shit.
You said he got a karaoke machine and some brand new clothes and some soap and shampoo.
Not a karaoke machine. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
I used to
You used to have a karaoke machine? I never had one.
I never had one either.
Low-key, karaoke used to be the shit. It still is the shit, low-key. Especially
Love Train. I remember that song, Confunction.
that's the way it goes on a love train.
Yeah, I remember that. I know. Drew Hill did their rendition of their song.
Right.
Yeah, that was actually the dope cover.
Yeah.
Sam said he got Sanford and Son on DVD for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
For real, he was saying that all.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before, Sam.
You like the show, Sam?
And Q got a brand new phone case and a camera phone for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new camera once I get my refund, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know you're getting sick of it.
I honestly am. Like, it's like if it's not my camera, it's my phone. It's like, what is up with all this technology breaking down when niggas ain't got no money to fix shit?
Ronnie said I got the 4-film collection of John Singleton, brand new PJs, 4-film collection of Ice Cube, Hot Boys Guerrilla Warfare, brand new house shoes, and blue chips. Okay.
Oh wow.
That's what's up.
Cool.
Yeah, blue chips. I remember that film.
I think I may know what the problem is. Okay. Yeah, once I get my camera up and running, I might start this review.
What CDs you got, Q? He said he got 5 CDs also. You got a whole bunch of shit.
For real, Santa must have been good to you. Shit.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff too.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
No, this camera, that's all disoriented and shit. I just want this year to be over. is just the motto of life. Nothing goes nobody's way. Eric says some of the instruments sound like they could have been on a video game soundtrack. Oh wow.
For what? What movie you talking?
I think he's talking about that Playboy Cardi album.
Oh. Crazy.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Reg in his robe. Ashley, did you see the mixtape cover already?
Yes. He said
my
it.
God.
That's how I'm gonna
That might be the mixtape cover of the last 10 years.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I need to hear this album when it drops, yo.
You said what?
You gotta do a premiere on here when that album drops.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to set everything up by tonight and shit because I'm so hyped about that cover because it came out exactly how I wanted it to come out.
Wow. Reg on his pretty Tony shit. Man.
Shit. I'm ready to start whenever y'all are.
Go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday night? This is your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Trial with me. Got my homegirl Ash with me.
What up?
Ronnie, I'm gonna go with "It Never Rains in Southern California," but "Whatever You Want" by a landslide.
Whatever you want.
And so tonight is the final night of the Tony Toni Tone. 4 nights of Tony Toni Tone. A nice way to end off the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do the Tony Toni Tone House of Music. This came out in 1996 on Mercury Records.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my notes because I was too busy with this fucking camera, which is starting to fuck up on me again. But anyway, this was released on Mercury Records. It only came out with 2 singles, "Let's Get Down" and "Thinking of You." Producers include DJ Quick, G1, and Tony Toni Tone. And ironically, DJ Quick is the only guest appearance on this album. Okay. So, with that being said, Tony Toni Tone were pretty much at their peak when they did the Sons of Soul album.
Yeah.
And it was after that album was released that they kind of took a little break and they wanted to venture out into other projects, Raphael Sadiq in particular, he was, writing and producing. He was writing and producing a lot. And also in 1994, well, actually, and this is actually what I recently found out, was he actually adopted the last name Sadiq around 94, 95 and stuff like that, because back in that time, he was known as Raphael Wiggins and stuff. So when he adopted Raphael Sadiq, he dropped his first solo single, "Ask of You," off the Higher Learning soundtrack, which, in my opinion, one of my all-time favorite R&B songs of that decade. Nice soundtrack. Higher Learning is definitely one of John Singleton's best movies. I don't care what no one says. That movie was just so fucking raw, in my opinion. Like, I mean, niggas always talk about like Boys in the Hood, which love Boys in the Hood, but I feel like Higher Learning definitely was like way more out there, way more confrontational and shit. This camera wants to fuck up. I'm so tired of this bullshit. I think I might have to switch to my phone if this keeps acting up. But at the same time, I know how my fucking phone gets. That's the bullshit too. So can't win today. But anyway, also around this time too, Dwayne Wiggins, he was also doing like a lot of work and writing for people like D'Angelo and Tevin Campbell and stuff like that. And it was also around this time too that there was like a lot of rumors there was a lot of rumors around this time that they were breaking up. They were pretty much breaking up because of the long hiatus they have in between the albums. And so, with that being said, they quickly worked on the next album, on which would have been like the House of Music album. But the thing about it is like this, like they eventually got mad because with Raphael Sadiq with the Ask of You song being like excuse me, being very big and stuff like that, he wanted like more creative control on this album, like which led to a lot of the members wanting more creative control on the album. Which brings me into, do you guys remember when we talked about Raphael Sadiq's first album, the Instant Village album, and we had a song called Me and the Blind Man we talked about?
Yes.
That
Actually,
song
wasn't there. I was on my channel.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah,
That
actually,
was like February. We talked about that. I think.
yeah. Okay, so like I told a story like on that review, but just to reiterate, Me and the Blind Man was originally supposed to have been for the House of the Music album, but the song was like more darker. It was more bluesy, and Dwayne and Timothy, they were pretty much like, no, I mean, this is not like the usual. This is like, it's pretty much like, don't record the solo stuff on the group album. That's pretty much in that case.
Right.
And so that's why, like, if you notice or listen to the album, like it's like more diverse when it comes to like the R&B and soul music. Like you have influences from Motown, you have influences from Earth, Wind and Fire, you have influences from like the Al Green High records. You have even influence from like some jazz, like the Quincy Jones is kind of stuff. It was like an album that was just like Sons of Soul, them furthering and showing their influences and stuff like that to R&B music. And this album was eventually released, and when the album was released, mind you, neo soul was popular around that time too, because like I mentioned, D'Angelo, Brown Sugar, you had Maxwell's Hangout Suite, you had Plantation Lullabies by Michelle and stuff like that, and then that next year, Erica Badu was supposed to came out with the Baduizm album. Which, the album was supposed to have came out and stuff like that too. So yeah, so pretty much a lot of people, even myself included, kind of consider House of Music to be like a neo soul album, have like neo soul influences and stuff like that too. So yeah, man. Yeah, okay. I'm so over this camera.
Yo, Ronnie kept mentioning the Kenya Groove song, and I had to look for it on the Menace Society soundtrack because I don't remember the song, and it's track 4 on the soundtrack.
Oh, I did not even know that was Dwayne Wiggins' group.
Yeah, that's his group. I never knew it was on the soundtrack because I must have skipped it. Don't really even realize it.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Ron. Now I gotta check it out.
Yeah, appreciate that, Ron. Yeah, this is the album cover right here. Like I said, pretty dope album cover. Just a traditional R&B cover and stuff. And while I'm showing y'all the picture, just to let y'all know that they pretty much broke up after they pretty much went on tour, because they were also having problems with their management as well too, and stuff like that. So yeah, they were going through a lot around this time.
Y'all got the green case? Right?
You said the green case?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, mine. I can't. I think mine is under my bed. I gotta find it.
Mm-hmm.
It had a green case. That's what I remember. Yeah, that's how it looked.
Yeah, man. With that being said, this album has about 14 tracks. Track number 1, Thinking of You. as much as I like the song, I feel like this was not a strong song to start off the album with, in my personal opinion. I pretty much believe I probably would have started out with maybe like "Let's Get Down" or hell, even "Top Notch" and stuff like that. Like, not saying that "Thinking of You" is a bad song because it's far from a bad song,
Right.
but it's like, it's okay. It's just an okay track.
Yeah, I thought they should have started with "Let's Get Down." The
Yeah,
open up the album with a bang, but I mean, this was a single. It was a great song. It's real soulful. I love the beat. I love the singing on it, and it sounds like Raphael is like what's the word? Like, I don't want to say begging, but it sounds like he's in need of his woman. You know what I'm saying?
right.
He's singing about like thinking about her, and I love it. Definitely a great song.
I can't let you lie for Tamika. You're fired. She is protecting someone, Tamika.
Yeah, thinking of you. Even though it's not a favorite of mine off this album, it's an alright song, but yeah, I would have preferred to have heard something different starting off the album, because I can honestly see this song like somewhere in the middle of it or somewhere towards the end of the album. That's just my opinion.
Right. Which leads us into Top Notch. Top Notch, that's a very dope track. It has like a very smooth 70s Marvin Gaye feel to it and stuff, Like, you can tell like Raphael and Dwayne definitely likes playing and singing on this track right here, so I fuck with it.
Definitely love this track. It's real bass heavy. Has a nice beat, nice hi hats. It sounds like a Tribe Called Quest type of track.
Right.
Definitely got that native tongue sound to it. Raph is saying, if you want to meet me there, don't go looking nowhere else. I'm not here. I'll be in that long, long line with all the ladies chilling, looking at all the men so crazy. I like the chorus. I gotta go because I gotta make it stop. I never hit the strip. I can hit the top. Not love that. Solid album. That should have been a single too. I definitely forgot about this track on this album, but definitely a good song. So,
Yeah, Top Notch, I'll admit it was pretty good. It definitely does have that 70s feel to it. Honestly, I feel like this song should have been the first track starting off the album. And yeah, I agree with Trey. It could have been a possible single.
Right. I definitely hear what y'all are saying about it. Um Track number 3, probably like the most famous track off this album, "Let's Get Down," featuring DJ Quick. Yeah, this is a pretty different song from Tony Toni Tone because like they weren't really known to collaborate with rappers a lot, and with DJ Quick at that time. And if y'all watch the MC8 DJ Quick beef episode I've done, Quick, you at that time, he didn't want to be known as like that gangster rapper because of the time, he was beefing with A, and he was going through label issue, and he just wanted to just show the world he could do different things and stuff like that. So that's pretty much that gist of it all. But "Let's Get Down," nice little clubbing, a nice little party track. I mean, I know that a lot of Tony Tony fans like these days, they definitely love that track. It's a fire track. I mean, Quick, he can pretty much collaborate with anybody, in my opinion.
fire joint. Let's get down. Let's get down. I love that joint. It has like a real G funk, party melody to it.
Right.
And DJ Quick on that song. Yo, when this joint came out, that was like a big hit for that year. When that came out, I used to see the video on BT all the time. And Quick saying, not what you hear is not a drag. 'Cause Mr. DJ Quick got a brand new bag. I got a bang bang. Boogie to the boogie to the boogie to the streets and dope. And I like the way Raphael sang on it. The functions on around midnight. What time is it? I love that whole melody, the way he wrote that beat. fire joint. Definitely a great single. One of my favorite songs on this album.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, who could really possibly forget about it? Let's Get Down. Definitely a very well-known song off here. It's very upbeat. It definitely does have that beat sound, you know, especially with having DJ Quick on the track as well. It definitely is something that will get a party started once you listen to
Underrated.
some. Yeah.
Definitely an underrated artist.
Mm-hmm.
Great producer. Dope MC.
Yeah.
Right. He's more than just a gangster rapper. He is legitimately a very good
Right.
artist. Now my favorite track off this album, Till Last Summer. Oh my god, this track is definitely a highlight of mine. I mean, Dwayne Wiggins solo track Dwayne Wiggins solo track, nice falsetto, like Till Last Summer. Definitely has that like that Delphonics, OJ's feel to it. Yeah, man, very, 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 very dope song. Like you can just feel the '70s soul coming out of Dwayne and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up this lyric that I liked when he said, come on, go down. I often find myself in thought of the things we used to do, like late night walks down to the park just to be close to you. And then when you get to the second verse, I love when he says, "Cause I know, yes, I know what we had is more precious than diamonds." I don't know, that part always was just so poetic the way he done that. This is a Tony song.
Right.
It's like with this album, I don't know. It's like it gets its praise, but I feel like it's underrated at the same time. Which I'm gonna explain more about that towards the end because I feel like people just recognize this album for Let's Get Down, but this is like their most soulful album. I kid you not, their most soulful album. And niggas always say Raphael. I love Raphael, but Dwayne got some heat too, y'all. Let's not forget.
He's underrated. Underrated.
Very
So, well, that's what again. That's the problem when you have like two good singers in the same group.
right.
Like, so one is gonna get shadowed. So it's all about Raphael, but Dwayne was also a good singer. Definitely a dope song, and I like the pianos on it. And, the beat was dope, nice ballad, real soulful, great track.
Yeah, Till Last Summer definitely is a song that is growing on me a little bit. It definitely has that 70s vibe to it as well. A lot of stuff off this album has a lot of 70s inspiration to it. Especially this one. It's just very soulful and something that it makes you. It's one of those songs that makes you feel like you're back during that time.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man, definitely a highlight of the song and stuff like that. How very, very legendary. And then we go from To Last Summer to Loving You, which again another strong track.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the sound of the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like dead ass, it kind of reminds me the intro, like that. It kind of reminds me of that Can't Hide Love a little bit. I don't know if it's just me. And then the way the vocals united with one another, it definitely had remind me of how Philip and Maurice and Vernon used to unify their voices with one another too. I mean, this is just definitely one of those tracks. Again, I feel like it should be considered one of the best tracks. Like this should have been a single as well too. I feel like the marketing is what really messed this album.
I thought it was a single.
Loving You, no, it was only Let's Get
It's
Down.
not a single. I thought it was a single.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because I know Loving You gets played on the radio sometimes in Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Quiet Storm classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
definitely a great song, real soulful. Again, one of my favorite songs on this album. It's real melodic and with guitar, bass line. I love the chorus. Loving you makes my heart sing a song. I love that. Real soulful, like and like you said, Reg, like it reminds you of like Earth, Wind and Fire when Maurice and Philip used to like, gel their voices together. And
Mm.
Raphael and Tony definitely have the vocal chops to do that too. So I thought it was a great standout track. It should have been a single. I thought it was a single, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely a great song.
Yeah, all these years, I thought it was a single too. Cause I used to hear this track a lot in the radio,
Mm-hmm.
On the
especially
radio,
late
yeah,
at night.
yeah, right.
Yeah, loving you. The first time I heard this song was on the radio. I want to say like 2 years ago, and ever since then, it's a song that my mom and I we both love whenever we hear it. It is
Mm.
definitely another one of those songs that you definitely hear one of those 70s R&B, male R&B group influences on the track too. I can see like what y'all were saying about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Definitely see that influence on this track as well. But yeah, I'm still a little surprised that this wasn't a single, even though Sirius XM Heart and Soul they tend to play this song a lot.
True. Track number 6, Still a Man. Yeah, this is like another one of those tracks where Raphael definitely showed more of his influence and stuff like that. This track to me, it's like a 3 minute, it's like a three, not like a 7 minute kind of track and stuff like that, and it pretty much just talks about a man mad. I meant like sad that the woman left him and stuff like that, and he's trying to make himself learn how to be better, love and stuff like that. So pretty cool song and stuff like that. I can just imagine this is like one of the songs again that Dwayne didn't really feel right with it because it felt more like a Raphael Sadiq song, which again I'm gonna talk more about that at the end of this review.
Yeah, definitely a nice ballad. It has like a '60s type of vibe to it, like a slow dancing type of track, and definitely Dwayne did his thing on track. Real solid album cut.
Yeah, Still a Man it definitely has I don't know, kind of I want to say like a little bit of a Motown influence to it, and I guess Raphael's perspective of the song, is saying about like, okay, what exactly can I do as a man to be better when it comes to being in a relationship with a woman, I guess.
Yeah, and then after Still a Man, we're gonna get into Don't Fall in Love.
Hmm.
This song was okay. Um, it has like a Motown feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because this was kind of like how Raphael Sadiq in his solo career, he definitely had that Motown Stax Records ordeal, like that main influence and stuff like that too. So yeah, very.
Didn't he sign with Motown? He signed with Motown, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he did. If I'm not mistaken.
I think that's when Motown and Universal had merged, like in the
Yep.
2000s. Yeah,
Oh well.
yeah, it definitely had like a Motown sound to it. The horns, big horns on it, the beat. It was
Yeah.
soulful. But Raph at the beginning of the song, he's asking guys like, have you ever been in love with a woman, a real woman? And singing, I know there comes a time when a man needs a shoulder to cry on, and we don't know just what to do. But I guess that's when we start depending on you. I thought it was definitely another Motown inspired track, and definitely was sang great by Raphael.
Yeah, Don't Fall in Love. I definitely agree with Try. It definitely does give you those Motown vibes to it as well. It's like a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s definitely were a huge influence for this album. And I wasn't too sure how to feel about Don't Fall in Love, but after hearing it earlier tonight, oh man, it's not bad.
Right. I see what y'all are saying.
Mm.
Then we're gonna get into Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz. Very dope smoke. Very dope song. Um, Again, this was a Dwayne Wiggins produced track where he kind of has like a Philadelphia soul stylistics feel to it
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Like I know the title is kind of funny though, but yeah, this song was very jazzy, very smooth and stuff like that. So I fuck with it.
Yeah, this was good. Um, Nice track with like the pianos, a nice ballad. Again, nicely sung by Dwayne. I feel like this album was more Dwayne than Raphael. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more tracks with Dwayne at the lead compared
Mm,
to any other album. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that he didn't really like have his own solo career. 'Cause I thought he would have great too. You
yeah.
know, but definitely a good song. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, holy smokes and gee whiz. Okay. Besides the title of it being a little silly, I'll
I
admit
see what you're saying.
this was pretty this was pretty good. I'll admit. I mean, I didn't expect for it to sound the way it did because but besides the title being silly, I mean,
Hmm.
it definitely does have that I don't know that excuse me that certain male R&B group influence like the Delphonics or the Stylistics or something like that.
But
It was just that good.
yeah, I was expecting like a faster song because of the title. You know, like when you like watch those like old school shows and they like we watch like Batman from the '60s and
Uh
Robin would
huh.
say smokes Batman, or you know what I'm saying? Or you see,
Yeah.
you watch like Leave It to Beaver
Or
and Leave
certain catchphrases. Yeah.
those certain like catchphrases that would stay with you that people remember from the
Hmm.
show. I thought it'd be like more of a playful type of song and not like a ballad. You know, it was weird.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that either because when you
Right,
hear Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz, you hear white folks
right.
saying that.
Yeah, Leave It to Beaver. The Beaver used to say that. Gee whiz. You said that a lot to his parents or whatever.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing Reg at all.
I think his screen froze.
Reg, your screen is frozen, yo.
Weird.
Your feed is coming in slow on the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. We at Annie Mae.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a very playful track, kind of like a vintage Tony, in my opinion. I definitely like this track right here because it kind of has a weird. You said what?
You was breaking up. I couldn't hear you.
Oh my fucking god! Give me 1 second. Y'all can go on. I'll
Okay.
catch up.
Okay.
He made it another favorite of mine on here. Really groovy beat, like the horns in it, real nice bass line. Um, I don't really know who they're. I know they're talking about a woman, but I don't really know what the premise of the track is about. But the way that it was sung was dope, and like the chorus, any man gotta make up her mind. Is it a girl or is it a guy? I like that. So it reminded me of the other Tony song from, I want to say, the first album, where they were talking about, it might be the first album or the second album. It was like talking about another female,
Mm-hmm.
but I think she's like a runaway. I forgot the name of that song, but definitely a dope song. This to me again should have been a single. I think there's like 3 or 4 other songs on here that could have been a single, including this one, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah, anime. Really wasn't sure what they were going with this one here, because I honestly thought they were singing about excuse me, about Tina Turner at first, but
Right,
but yeah, it's one of those songs off this album. I feel like that was highly underrated, along with a whole bunch of other songs off this album, and should have been given more recognition instead of it being you know,
yeah,
like not given like
right.
full recognition.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what both of y'all said about anime. Um, what I was trying to say about this song was it definitely had like a vintage Tony feel to it.
Right.
Mixed with a little bit of Prince in terms of how songwriting and stuff like that too. So I definitely fuck with this track. Again, another dope track in my opinion.
What's the story about anime? Cause I know they're singing
Mhm.
about a woman.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a story. Like finding information regarding some of the songs on this album was kind of hard for me.
Right.
So I could only get what I could get. But I'm guessing. I guess anime is just some regular girl that they just made a song about.
Right.
Mm.
I
It
find
reminded me. You know this the other song we talked about on the I don't know if I think it was this it was either the second album or the first one where they made a song about another woman that was like a runaway.
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that song, but it reminded me of that song.
interesting. Yeah, yeah, man. Tony, they always have like similar songs with one another and stuff too.
Right.
Um, next thing you know, we got "Let Me Know." "Let Me Know." That track was okay. I mean, pretty much just like I consider it more like a continuation of "Still a Man" in a way. Just let's Raphael telling the girl, let him know
Right.
how much she can love and stuff like that. So pretty solid.
Hmm. Yeah, that was a nice track. Nice beat, a dancing type of track. I enjoyed it. Yeah, nice ballad. Definitely. Nice album cut on here.
Yeah, Let Me Know wasn't, even though Let Me Know wasn't a favorite of mine off this album, it was a pretty decent ballad.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Very decent ballad and stuff like that. Um, next thing you know, we got is tossing and turning. Dwayne definitely came back with this one.
Mhm.
Pretty solid track. Tossing and turning. Vocally is definitely one of the strongest tracks off the album. Um, that's pretty much what I gotta say.
Yeah, definitely a nice beat, real funky, laid back track. I like the groove on it. Dwayne is singing "Rub Against Me Softly, Baby. Come and taste my soul. Show me all the places you want my lips to go." Again, another track where I think Dwayne dominated um this album. Definitely a solid cut.
Yeah, tossing and turning. Dwayne definitely did his thing off this song here. It suited him more because I honestly couldn't imagine Raphael singing this song. No offense, but yeah, I honestly thought that at least Dwayne would have had like a solo career too, or drop an album when they did disband.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
this song is like one of those late night type songs they could have dropped on the radio anytime. Something for the lovers or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then we got Wild Child.
Mm-hmm.
This one is another like Quiet Storm classic in my opinion. That I felt like Raphael Sadiq definitely shined in my opinion with this one. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, this was a nice song, nice ballad. It's cool.
Yeah, Wild Child definitely another one of those ballads I felt that was so underrated, highly slept on. It was just incredible, vocally, and definitely one of my favorites off this album.
Yeah, I can't blame you on that.
Sam said Sheila E. played percussion on the album.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't know.
That's crazy.
Mm.
Which it doesn't really surprise me either because I think they've always been cool with one another.
Right.
And technically the last song, "Party Don't Cry." Yeah, this song was pretty okay. I mean, and again, not the strongest song I would end it off with, but it was pretty okay for the most part.
I like it. Definitely a nice real jazzy. Again, another smooth groove track, nice beat, bass line, the guitars. Had like a CD 101 type of vibe to it. With the chorus, "Don't cry, dry." I like that. Everybody wants to live, nobody wants to die. When I pass away, party don't cry. Definitely a great way to end this album. A solid cut.
Yeah, Party Don't Cry. I'll admit it was alright, but this song it was just I don't know too depressing to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because it sounded like one of those songs you would hear like at a funeral or something, man.
Right. But in a party
That's
type
why I
of
feel
way,
like
like you're celebrating
yeah.
your death. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it too. That's why I wasn't really feeling it like that. It was just made me sad.
I mean, I think that's what they was saying in the song. Like instead of crying, party when I die. And there's people that feel like that. Like instead of crying at my funeral, party when I'm not here.
right. So
It's
Right.
hard. It's hard to do. I never been to no
Yeah.
funeral people were partying, but there's people out
Yeah.
there that want that. Like when they die, they want you to celebrate their life by partying.
Well, people will be like when Donald Trump dies, but
Yeah.
then we have like the "Loving You" interlude, which nothing too much, just reprising "Loving You."
Yeah.
This should have been added on to the actual song. Like the same way they had like that
Yeah.
long breakdown with Anniversary, she had like that nice little breakdown in the track where you bring in the pianos and the organs later on, and then you bring in the beat again. I mean, it could have been like another, monumental track with it. I
Right.
really like that song. I don't know why they would have the interlude for that song at the end of the album. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree with Try. I was like, why have the interlude of "Loving You" at the end of the album when they could have had it
Yeah,
I guess I'll say like before the actual song or something like that. Because
Right.
sometimes on certain albums they would have it set up like that, like as a build up, leading into the actual song.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Marvin Gaye did that with the "I Want You" album,
Yeah.
where he had like the intro jams to "I Want You," and he had the instrumental after the dance and stuff like that too.
Right.
But overall, this is a very dope album from 2020 Tony.
Mhm.
I would highly recommend it. But here's the thing: if you're expecting like happy Tony Tony Tone that feels good, whatever you want,
Mhm.
you're probably not gonna get this with this album.
Mm-mm.
Just to keep it a buck. Um, and the reason why I say this is because while I've been listening to all these 2020 Tony albums during this Christmas holiday, and it always struck me that they are probably one of the few groups that can do well together, but at the same time they can do exceptionally good when they do their own solo shit. Because I've seen different groups like Guns N' Roses, and Smashing Pumpkins, where it's like a certain group member, their sound wants to overcrowd like the other groups and stuff like that too. And just to let y'all know, I do have the compilation right here of the Tony Tony
I
Tony.
had that one too.
Yeah,
I need to get that.
yeah. Shout out to the homeboy that helped me out with the Tony 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 lot. And yeah, and I've seen plenty of groups where somebody drops like a solo album in the group, and then they want to do like the same shit in the solo album for the group.
Right.
Mick Jagger with the Rolling Stones and stuff.
Mhm.
But at the same time, too, what is exceptionally good in 2020 parts was that, for one, they got into the influence with like soul music from Marvin Gaye to Curtis Mayfield and so on and so on. And two, we've seen all the members grow as songwriters and vocalists too. So it's not like, yeah, like, and one more thing, like I feel like what you mentioned, Try. I feel like Dwayne was the MVP of this album because the Raphael songs were good.
Mhm.
Raphael songs were very good, but you can tell, like, and this is what I kept saying. Raphael would
Mhm.
have done the solo album in 94, 95. That shit would have been big, like in the R&B market, like and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, so this is a very dope album. Like I mentioned before, like this is my favorite Tony album too, believe it or not.
Mhm.
And it might sound like I'm ragging on this album, but I'm actually not. It's just letting y'all know. This album is actually out of print too, so you must have
Yep.
the information.
Mhm.
So is the hits. That's out of print also.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Damn.
All that shit. Everything they got. I think it was great. I think it's a full mic album. Every album from them is different from the last one,
Mhm.
but it's every albums has that sound for the band, and I think it was a great album. Thinking of you and loving you.
Mhm.
Let's get down. Annie Mae, great songs. I love it. I think it's a great album. 4.5 for me.
Oh, five mics for me too.
Mm. Yeah, just from I know it's been a minute since I played this album. Since I got it a few months back, I'll admit the last couple of nights we've been discussing their discography. Yeah, every album they put out is different than the last. They never attempt to repeat the same thing they did off the previous one. They try to make sure to make themselves well known, be unique and different in order to stand out from any other group during during the '90s, which they did. House of Music, I feel, had a lot of songs that could have been singles. They could have had more than just the two that were that were mentioned off this album. Loving You still gets airplay, but technically, I guess they didn't declare it as a official single per se. That's my take on that. But so many other songs like Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz, Don't Fall in Love, certain stuff like that. They could have had some potential instead of it being slept on. Definitely, Raphael and Dwayne definitely did shine on tracks that suited them vocally and, you know,
Oh yeah.
made it sound phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I have a little bit of an issue with the track listing, like from the first song, and then the way to close out the album with "Loving You" interlude. I feel like one of the other songs could have been a way to end off the album officially. But despite all that, I'll give this album 4.5 out of 5.
Respect. All right, and that concludes the Tony Tony's discography.
Mm-hmm.
Another discography, well done, guys.
Yes.
Next R&B, we're going to talk about Anita Baker's discography next, so get ready for that one. So right about now, we're going to do some collections showing out what we got for CDs and vinyl wise. We have a special guest, our homeboy Eric Johnson. He's gonna come to the chat and stuff like that. I don't know, Eric. I don't know if you're watching right now, but do you see the link? Let me know. But before I'm gonna start, I have a few announcements I want to make. Shout out to Hot 97. Believe it or not, they're actually gonna promote me from January to March, 2020, 2021 and stuff like that. So shout out to Hot 97. Shout out to Toronto TV, for promoting me as well too. Yeah, man. And also the double review of OC's first two albums are gonna be Tuesday at 11 o'clock. So I cannot wait for that one.
Oh yeah.
Last
part of DITC we doing.
Right. Last part. Save the best for last.
Yes.
Right. But for the collection video, I know that we all have fun like showing off our season vinyl, which I'm cool with, but I want to also just try. And this is speaking for myself too. That's not speaking over everybody all at once and stuff like that, and just give everybody a fair chance to speak. And each person want to show like 2 albums and stuff like that. I don't know where Eric is at though, but I'll just start without him. He'll just jump on. So I know, Try, you say you don't have no albums on you.
Yes, I didn't get nothing yet.
Okay, cool.
I think people expect for me to buy stuff all the time. I'm like, yo,
nigga, we broke, man. Shit. Nigga, this was Christmas money I treated myself with. Like,
I'm like, bro, when I get it, trust me, I'm gonna have it. Right. Don't worry about that. I'll have it.
Right.
They're constant, you know what I'm saying? Because like they might because we did like the collection vids and stuff before. So I think people expect me to always be buying like every day. I'm like, no, I don't buy every day. I buy when I see something that I want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna buy just to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's albums that I got rid of that I should have never bought. You know? Yeah. Eric said he's ready.
Okay, he said he's getting ready. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
All right, so
I get when I see something I want.
True. All right, so I guess Ashley, you say you're getting ready too.
Ashley went away. I guess she went to get some stuff.
Okay, well, cool. Well, I'll just show mine just to let everyone know, and I'll just catch everyone up. So the first album I'm going to show you guys.
Ashley got a stack.
You got the stacks. Oh shit. Yeah, shit. Okay.
She not playing, yo.
Right. Oh, by the way, shout out to Ashley because Ashley hooked me up with some gems too. Shout out to Ashley.
She got a stack. Last year was like that too. She surprised us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the last time I had so many CDs in my collection that I didn't even realize I kept buying and buying and buying just to get my hands
Right.
on.
Right.
Because some of them they had limited stock, and I'm like, oh shoot, they only had like two, or one more copy of whatever I was trying to get. I'm like, screw that, I'm gonna scoop that up real quick.
Right.
I see you. But
Yeah.
man. So this first group is a group I've mentioned countless times on this channel. They are the Emotions.
Oh wow.
Their
Oh.
studio album Flowers,
Uh,
released in 1976. Very dope album. So the story, a lot of people think this is their first album, but the story with this album was originally it was signed to Stax Records, and they dropped two albums. The two albums were like Wikipedia. Y'all kids don't know. So I Can Love You and Untouched. But at that time, Stax, went bankrupt, and so they hooked up with Maurice White and Charles Stepney. Rest in peace to both of them, by the way. And that's when they started working on the Flowers joint. Single this album was known for was I Don't Want to Lose Your Love and Flowers. Very soulful album, very dope album. If you're a fan of Earth, Wind and Fire's, the All in All album, or even the That's the Way of the World album, this album would definitely be a highlight for you guys. This is the Emotions with Flowers. Must have in your collection. And reaching in my goodie bag. Now this is an artist. This isn't actually pick. This is an artist I never really heard too much on, but I'm willing to give him a chance. It's Craig David with the Born to Do It album. Yeah, I know y'all say y'all fans of this album.
yeah.
Yeah, this is his first album. Yeah, I don't know too much about Craig David. I know he's a singer from the UK. He's a British singer. Yeah, he's under Wildstar Records. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm pretty much gonna suck with this description of this album. Eric's here, so I'm gonna just have. I know y'all say y'all fans of this album and stuff like that too. So
I believe, I think Puffy was trying to sign him to Bad Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew that name sounded familiar. Bad Boy. Okay. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Eric.
What's up? How you doing? Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just chilling. Thanks for having me on and stuff. I just been getting a lot of stuff over the past couple of months and stuff,
Oh, like I mentioned before, we're just gonna all show two at one time, so we can all have a fair share and stuff like that too, and just try not to talk over one another. I mean, we can, but just like make sure we all have a fair chance to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna listen to it. I'll let y'all know what I think about it. I'll probably do like a review on it one day.
All right.
All right. It's on you, Ash.
All right. Hey, speaking of the UK, it's a British girl group I've mentioned countless times. They put out their sixth studio album recently, Little Mix Confetti.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, 3 singles from this album include Breakup Song, Holiday, and Sweet Melody. And I know sometime this year, one of the members, Jessie, her real name's Jessica Nelson, she decided to leave Little Mix. because of course I know she's been dealing with a lot of personal issues, like I know mentally and stuff like that. I know sometime like in 2013, a lot of people were like talking so much smack about her on Twitter to the point where it led her to attempting suicide at one point.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
people were talking about her weight and all that. Yeah.
People
But I wish her the best, and I hope she in her personal life, I hope things are okay. You know. And she been with the group for 9 years. Yeah. Another album I have is John B's first album, Bonafide.
Woo!
Great album.
Yeah.
Definitely a good album.
hmm Yeah, I know singles such as "Someone to Love" featuring Babyface. I know that was on the Bad Boys soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I know another single, "Pretty Girl." They play
Girl.
that a lot on the radio. Yeah, definitely my favorites from him. Yeah, we might talk about we should
Yeah,
definitely talk about his stuff one day.
we never did no John B stuff.
Mm-mm.
We can probably do that February.
Okay, cool. Bet.
All right. It's on you.
Right,
Ed.
Evan?
Okay, we're going to Flint, Michigan. This group is really underrated in my opinion when it comes to like their mid '80s work. I probably have to flip my camera because I'm on my phone. We're going to start with the group Ready for the World with the self-titled album.
I know that's
Classic.
not. Ooh.
Yep.
Yee.
Mm.
I was surprised I really got this for like a good price. I think I got it off Discogs or either eBay or something. And I've been getting real lucky with like 80s albums and stuff when it comes to like groups and stuff and like solo artists and stuff.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, my favorite tracks off here is Tonight, Digital Display, and Oh Sheila. The music video on YouTube is really good too. Really good, like step moves and stuff. It's really good. You really don't get a lot of that from like nowadays. You know, with all these mumble rappers out here not knowing real good music and stuff, but they using all the samples and shit from like classic music and stuff, but they don't know
Mm.
where it really come from. All right. This next one, we still staying in Flint, Michigan. Ready for the World Again with their second album, A Long Time Coming.
All right.
All right. You got tracks like Love You Down, Long Time Coming, In My Room, and Mary Goes Round. Really good album in my opinion. In my opinion, these are my favorite albums from the group. You know.
Same. Yeah, you can tell they were so influenced by that Minneapolis sound and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. The time.
Hell,
Mm.
this might sound weird, but Oh Sheila sounds more like a Prince song to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that too.
No pun intended, but
Yeah.
this next artist has a biopic that originally was supposed to come out this month, but due to the pandemic, it got pushed back. It's Aretha Franklin with the Jump to It album.
Yes.
This came out in 1982 on Arista Records. Singles albums known for are Jump to It, Love Me Right, and This Is For Real. So this album pretty much was like her, I don't want to say comeback, but she kind of, it was like her best album in years up to that point because by the late 70s, Aretha's like commercial success was kind of going down. Um, y'all should definitely remember that she did try to do like a disco album too, and she later on signed to like Arista Records, And Arista, Clive Davis pretty much, hooked her up with like Luther Vandross and stuff like that. And mind you, Aretha and Luther did not really see eye to eye a lot because I don't think Aretha wanted to record the Jump to It track, believe it or not. But that actually ended up being like one of her biggest songs. This pretty fire album. Like I actually kind of like this more than like the Aretha album from 1980. But this was a pretty fire album. Must have in your collection.
And Luther produced Jump to It.
Yeah, he did produce Jump. He produced the whole
Yeah.
album.
Yes, I have the vinyl actually. I have the same vinyl.
Yeah. All right. This is an album that I already have, but my sister hooked me up with the vinyl. It's Childish
Yeah,
Gambino with the Awaken My
great
Love
album.
album.
Love
Um,
that.
this was released in 2016. Very dope album. In my opinion, maybe my favorite album from Childish Gambino.
Mine
Um,
too.
yeah, man, because I know I have the CD, but she hooked me up with the vinyl. But yeah, man, I think the vinyl has like a dope poster to it.
Oh,
So
dope.
yeah, man, I definitely got to do a review on this album one day.
Yes, I'm down. I got that album too. Definitely enjoy that. To me, I always said that I thought Childish was better singing than actually rapping.
Same.
You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some water right quick. I'll just catch up to what you guys have when I come back. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay, that's cool.
Go
I
ahead,
love
Ashley.
that feels like some of.
Go ahead.
Oh, I
Now,
was
what
just
you
saying I
saying?
love that feels. Oh my bad.
No, go ahead. My bad.
I was just saying I love that feels like summer track from Childish Gambino. Like I wasn't really listening to him a lot, but once I heard that track, I said I need to listen to some of his albums and stuff. So I got to get some more of his work.
I
Like
didn't.
when that next time I get paid.
I didn't listen like music. Like I knew who he was from watching his stand up because he's a comedian too. I never watched
Mhm.
Community and all those other shows he was in, but I never listened to none of his albums until um uh Awaken My Love came out, and I was like, yo, he's a better singer than a rapper. And then I bought the album, so it's definitely a great album. Go ahead, Ashley, show your stack.
Okay. All right. What else I got? Oh, I got these. I want to say a few days before Christmas. It came in a double packs, but I got Stars, Daily Operation, and Step in the Arena.
Wow. Okay.
It's nice
Yeah.
right there.
Daily Operation I like more than Step Into the Arena.
Oh wow.
That's a great album. But both of them are dope. I got Step Into the Arena. I don't have Daily Operation yet though.
Oh okay, yeah. I know Amazon still has copies of it.
Yeah, definitely gotta
Yeah,
get that.
it's not expensive, so you're able to get your hands on it.
No doubt.
Hmm.
All right, Eric, you go.
All right, we're staying in the Paisley Park family. We're going with Sheila E's, probably her best album out of her discography. Sheila E. self-titled, released in 1987. You got songs like One Day, I'm Gonna Make You Mine, um, Hold Me, basically a quiet storm track like you listen to at night. It sounded like a song that you listen to like when you're making out with your lady or something.
Right.
Faded Photographs, sort of like a song that you'll probably hear on like Grand Theft Auto Vice City or something like on one of the radio stations. Cuckoo, I love the music video for that on YouTube. She's very animated in the music video. It's really good.
Right.
Soul Saucer, that's a very high energetic instrumental track. But this is probably one of her best albums out of her discography. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it. And this was the album that Reg was talking about that he didn't get in the mail that I ordered him. So I'm gonna have to make it up for him by getting the album and stuff.
Right.
All right. Next album is coming from a lady that I don't hear a lot of people talking about her albums when it comes to like her solo work. This album is very underrated. I don't really see a lot of people with this in their discography, and we're going with Peppers, a self-titled album.
Mm, that's a dope album.
Like some of these tracks sound like they could have been on like Janet Jackson's Control album, in my
Mm,
opinion. Girlfriend, Two Hearts, First Step in the Right Direction, Take Your Time. I think he got Charlie Wilson on the track doing like backup vocals and stuff. I think Mercedes Boy, everybody know that track.
mm, Mercedes.
Baby Love and Give Me Your Love. This is a very underrated album when it comes
Yeah.
to like unknown artists from like the 80s and stuff. So I'll give it a
Yeah.
chance if you don't got it, you know.
I had that on cassette. Pebbles. I thought Pebbles was a decent artist. I don't think she was a great singer though. Like compared to like Janet at that time and Jodie Watley when she went solo, I thought they were
Pebbles
better
can't even
artists
Yeah.
than
touch
Pebbles.
toenails.
What's up?
And, hey, do you like?
You said what?
I was asking Chad, has he ever heard any of Stephanie Mills' work?
I have one stuff. I actually do. I have two doubles. I was supposed to send one to Reg if one of the Stephanie Miller albums it is. I forgot the name of it though, but it's like from the 70s.
Ooh, if
It
it's
probably
not,
it probably was an album for like '79, probably.
Yeah,
Or
it has
self-titled
it's
album.
like a black background. It's like a black cover.
Yeah, yeah. That's a self-titled album, and I think DMX used one of those samples on I don't think it was the then there was X album. I think it was the Great Depression album that he used one of those samples. I think it was the What You Gonna Do for My Loving song. He used that sample from here.
Right. Okay. What you think about Pebbles, Reg? Like you into her music?
Pebbles can't even touch Janet Jackson's toenails.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I mean, the
It's,
only song I find decent is the one with Babyface, "Love Make Things Happen." But even that one kind of had an iffy message to it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But ever since, what I heard her do to TLC and
Mm.
Tony, I've always been like a fuck Pebbles.
Mm.
Right.
Like, she was like the Cassie of her time. I'm just gonna be real with y'all.
Mm.
Said Cassie.
Well, at least Pebbles had talent. Let me be real. I do admit she can actually she can sing. I'll give you that. By the way, Troy, we got to talk about this Power episode tonight. I got a lot of shit.
I didn't watch it yet. I gotta watch it. I didn't see
Oh,
it.
okay. All right. Well, what did I miss? What did y'all have?
Ashley showed off 2 Gang Starr albums.
Woo!
Step into the arena in daily operation. Wow.
Woo!
You better listen to those albums, Ashley. Don't just be showing it on here.
Of course,
I want to know what's your
we
favorite
raised
songs
her
from each of
good.
them.
of course. I'm definitely going to listen to these on at least on one of my days off this week.
We raised her so well, Troy. We raised her so well.
Oh, man.
And I know Eric had the Pebbles joint. I know I missed the other one.
Yeah. And I had this for you that got lost in the mail. I know you was pissed off about it.
Ooh, that one still hurt though, but I'm gonna get it. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
get it.
get it for you, man. I'm gonna roam the eBay streets to see if I can get you a copy. You know.
eBay
All right.
Streets.
Let me know what city you want. I'll get you sometime next month too.
Okay, I'll let you know.
All right. Let me see what I got. What I'm about to reach tonight here.
Favorite Pebbles song, Ronnie asks.
Like I said, love will make things happen.
For me, it's Mercedes off of that same album that Eric showed, the Mercedes Boys song. I like that.
Shit.
You have any Tupac albums? Who's that for? For Ashley or for Reg?
Me?
I think Ashley got Tupac albums.
Yeah, I do. I showed them off during the last collection that we had.
Right.
I have
Right.
I have Strictly for My Niggas, Tupacalypse Now, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me.
She got the whole collection. She has Missy
Yeah,
Machiavelli.
yeah. That's the only one I don't have.
Yeah, I would also check out a Thug Life album he did with this like group too.
Right.
Some of
Okay, I'll definitely consider those.
I this next album I'm about to show you, the artist recently made headlines when he patched things up with like his old co-star in one of his shows, and his DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince rock the
Oh,
house.
Mm.
This is the first album. Yes, the first album. This album and shit. Yo, when I saw this, I literally screamed in the store. Like, um, this album was pretty much known for songs like "Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble," which
Mm.
uses the "I Dream of Jeannie" sample and stuff like that. I love the song "A Touch of Jazz." Um, just one of those days. Like, yeah, this was a pretty dope album. In my opinion, my favorite ones are "He's a DJ, I'm the Rapper" and the Code Red album. Those are my two favorites. But I have to actually re-listen to this one because it's been years since I heard this. Like, when have you ever seen this album on vinyls, like in stores? Like,
Mm-mm.
that's why I'm so glad when that motherfucking store opened back up during the quarantine. I was like, yes,
mhm.
yes. It's like I'm in heaven again and shit. But yeah, man, like this is a very dope album. Definitely expect to review this album. Like this was Will Smith, like in his rawest form, in my opinion. Must have your collection. Oh, this album is actually next album. I got David Banner's MTA2 Baptized in Dirty Water.
Oh,
This was released in 2005 on I want to say SRC Universal. This is actually the first David Banner album that I got in my collection. I've always fucked with David Banner's music. His music's always energetic. It's something different. It's like very different from like
right.
the usual Southern hip hop at that time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Actually, this was released in 2003. Excuse me, I said 2005. Um, yeah, man. It only came out with one single called "Crank It Up," but this album had like a lot of heat to it. To be real, to keep it a buck, this was actually a blind buy. I actually heard this album days ago. Love this
Mm,
album. Definitely expect to review this album one day. Um, and yeah, it's a Southern hip hop album. It's not just the traditional East Coast or boom bap or whatever. 'Cause I know
right.
people say I don't have like a lot of Southern hip hop in my collection, but um, so yeah, man. This was a very dope album. My personal favorite songs are "Baptized in Dirty Water," um, "Talk to Me with Lil Flip," Lil Flip.
Mm.
Um, the game with Scarface that was pretty dope too. So yeah, this album is a must-have in your collection. I believe this album is out of print, so if you can find it, find it.
Sam, Sam wants to know, is it? Oh, I think he's talking to somebody else. Yo, Q asks Ashley. He wants to know if Ashley has any Biggie Smalls albums.
I have Life After Death. I don't have Ready to Die.
Okay, there's
I
your
need to
answer.
get
You
my hands on that one.
dope.
I'm low-key trying to get the vinyl of Ready to Die these days.
They
You gonna
have
have to
they
pay
have it
kilo.
on Amazon.
You gonna have to pay kilo prices for that because I've been trying to get that and the War Report album on vinyl. So
Mm.
there's gonna be a treasure hunt. They find that for a decent price, you know.
Yeah, I know
Mm.
some connections that can hook me up on the low level and shit. I just gotta talk to them and negotiate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all know me. Y'all know how I do with these vinyl heads and shit.
Okay, Ashley, you can go.
Okay. All right. I got I got Shantae Moore's The Rise of the Phoenix.
Ooh.
Huh?
And I have Mint Conditions' Definition of a Band.
Wow.
Okay.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Eric?
All right, we're going to an underrated group, which I really think they should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a long time ago, with their different futuristic sounds of production and the vocals of Mick Murphy and David Frank, aka the System, with the 1982 album Sweat.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm.
Very
Then you
underrated.
got, yes, definitely, man. You got tracks like Sweat, You Are In My System, which is probably one of the greatest. Like if you listen to that track, it'll just make you happy. Like if you in a bad mood, it just get you like through the dance stuff. You got extra tracks like Stand Up and Cheer, I Won't Let It Go, Go For What You Know, and Now I'm Electric.
When you listen to this
And
album, is it just me or like do the Neptunes sound like their sound?
I
Like
highly
early
agree.
2000 Neptunes?
Yep.
yeah, I can see that with the influence coming from them and stuff. You know,
Yeah. The
like
synthesizers and all
like
that?
their production sounds very futuristic and stuff, and like high energy.
Right.
All right, we're gonna stick with the System with the third album, 1985, The Pleasure Seekers. Another underrated album from them. You know, I don't think this album got a lot of props because there was the era of Prince and Michael Jackson. You know, it kind of got like lost in the loop and stuff.
Yeah.
You got tracks like Big City Beat, My Radio Rocks, and I Don't Run From Danger, like a high energy track to end the album. When you listen to the song or any of their albums, it sounds like you're in a different world and stuff, like you're in the future.
Right.
Right.
Which one is better? Because I only bought the torrent single to Don't Disturb This Groove. So which is like the better album to listen to?
Um, it's kind of hard because their first four albums are really underrated. So if I wanted to rank them, I'd go with probably Don't Disturb This Groove as number one. Experiment from 1984, number two. The Pleasure Seekers, number three. Then Sweat, number four. So I start off with Don't Disturb This Groove because they were their most selling track. They sold more records off their album for '87. They got more prestige and stuff off their album than any other album they probably put out.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely got to get more into the System and shit.
Yeah, I don't know nothing else from them.
Mm. I only know their song "Don't Disturb This Groove." That's it.
That's the only song I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some more heat on those albums, you know. So I check them out, and I got a couple of their CDs too that I'll show next. You know.
All right. This one right here is an Ashley purchase. It's Tony Braxton's recent album that came out this year, Spell My Name.
Mm-hmm.
Singles I was known for are Do It and Dance. So this came out after Sex and Cigarettes, which that's a very dope album in my opinion. And so this was around this time, Tony Braxton started taking more crazy with the music. I gotta keep it a buck with you. I haven't yet to hear this album yet. I've been so caught up with all these albums, but I'm gonna actually hear this album this week, and I'll let you know what I think about it. But it's Tony, so I always know it's gonna be good and stuff.
I didn't hear it yet. That's
you
a song she have with Missy. There's a song with Missy she got.
Yeah, it's the Do It remix. Yeah. And I know "Gotta Move On" is another single off the album that they play on the radio featuring her.
Oh yeah, I heard that song. Yeah,
I've seen the video for it.
I heard a lot of people's feelings with this next album.
Oh boy.
I know a lot of people like this album, but I'm a huge fan of this artist, but I never cared for this album. Whitney Houston's Whitney album. This came out in 1987. I know. Yeah, just Whitney Houston. Look. I love Whitney. Whitney's a legend. But hear me out on this. Hear me out on this one. So singles albums known for is are I Want to Dance with Somebody, Didn't We Almost Have It All, So Emotional, Where Did Broken Hearts Go, Love Will Save the Day, and I Know Him So Well. Here's my thing about this album. I felt like it was a copy, a more polished version of the first album in a weird way because the songs, I felt like some of the songs was just kind of similar, like I Want to Dance with Somebody. It's basically How Will I Know, in my opinion. Um, what else? What else? Greatest Love of All. Where Did Broken Hearts Go? Shit. I mean, I'm not saying that all their songs are bad, cause I do like fucking her cover of For the Love of You. Those are dope. Check out the live version that she did. I want to say in California. Um, I hate So Emotional. I'm sorry. I hate that fucking song. I get so emotional. Like, oh my fucking. And I know. Whitney, I love Whitney, but that's to me. I'd rather listen to Take Up the Shoes and Relax My Feet. Like, I'd rather listen to that one. But I'm glad I got this album because I used to have her first album, but I gave it to a girl for a Valentine's Day gift. And that album I always see in stores. But I'm grateful because I do have the third album, the I'm Your Baby Tonight, which in my opinion, her best album in my opinion. I got the My Love Is Your Love album. I got the Bodyguard soundtrack. So yeah, I pretty much almost got all the albums. So I need the Christmas album too. So yeah, Whitney Houston, Whitney, 87.
Cruz asks, "Do y'all got any A movie albums?"
Nah,
Yeah.
No, I don't think I got none there.
And do you guys like short hair Tony or regular hair Tony?
Um.
that's a good question. I want to say short.
Yeah, I've been debating on this for a very long time.
Mhm.
They both suit Tony very well, but lately I like it when she has the short haircut because it suits her face.
Right, that's true. Yeah, when I saw her in concert, she had long hair, and she looked good with the long hair. Ronnie
Yeah,
asked, "Do you have the self-titled?" He just said he gave it to
yeah. He
some ex
just said
who he
he
had.
gave it to
Well,
to
okay,
Valentine's Day.
2021. I'm not gonna repeat myself because not against anybody. But I'm sick and tired of repeating myself to people
I
sometimes.
have I have this I have the debut on vinyl. I got that one.
And
I do
that's
too on vinyl.
Huh?
the vinyl version of the album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that. That's the only Whitney album I have was the first one.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead, Ash.
All right. One of these albums I've been wanting to get my hands on for a very long time, the last couple of years, but I'm finally glad I got it. It's one of my favorite movies that I still love watching to this day. I even have it on DVD. It's the Cadillac Records soundtrack, the double disc version.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this soundtrack so much.
Is
'Cause
that
of
with
course,
Beyonce?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
you got
saw that movie a
Beyonce.
long time ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when because I mean, he has a lot of great stuff on here. Got stuff from her, Jeffrey Wright, Most Def, Solange is on here. There's a track done by Raphael Sadiq, Mary Mary, Nas featuring
Wow.
his father on here, Columbus Short. Q-Tip is on this soundtrack too. Who else? Who else? Elvis, Little Walter, and Columbus Short. Just the list just goes on and on. Anyone who watch Cadillac Records and want to get their hands on the soundtrack, definitely do that. But I know the double disc version of the soundtrack is kind of hard to come by. I know they have the single disc version of the soundtrack, but only has a few of the songs that are listed. But yeah, this one has all of them, every single one. So definitely get your hands on it if you're able to find it. And the other album I have, of course, is the Tony Braxton album, The Heat.
It's good album.
Yeah, great album. Of course, singles from it was He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, Spanish Guitar, Just Be a Man About It. You know, just an all around great album that was incredible during the early 2000s when R&B was at its peak.
Right.
All right, Eric.
All right, we're going with movie soundtracks right about now. Probably one of the greatest movies of all time made. I'm surprised I got this for a decent price. Scarface, the original movie soundtrack. Not the 2003, not the 2003 issue with all those trash ass remixes on it. If you gonna buy the album, make sure you get the exact copy of it, cause like if you listen to songs like Push It to the Limit, Rush Rush to the Yo-Yo, and like other tracks like that, they'll have like remix versions of it instead of the original versions of it. And the only thing I hate about this track is, you know the song with Tony, you know when Tony Dunn was walking in the club and stuff, and you see the
Mm-hmm.
sister dancing with the, when you see the sister dancing with the dude, they were
Yeah.
playing Giorgio Moreto's Disco '79. There was an instrumental that was playing in the back.
Right.
I hate that they didn't put the album, put the track on the album. So besides that,
Cameron sampled that. He sampled that for Yayo from the Purple Haze album.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, this next one is from a TV show from my childhood. I'm surprised I really got it. I've been wanting it for the longest. Y'all might know this TV show, and we going with Power Rangers, the original TV soundtrack.
Wow.
They had a final?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Collect
Oh,
final.
You know what? I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna say something right now when it comes to like these TV shows or these classic shows that they have like epic like music on it, like shows like Dragon Ball Z. You know, like different animes like Naruto and stuff. I wish they would put like soundtracks out on like vinyl and stuff. Cause you know, especially with like TV shows like Pokemon and stuff like that. I think a lot of like people from like the anime world and like that look at shows like that will actually have an appreciation for the music instead of just having to listen to it on like the website and stuff.
right.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Loki, one vinyl I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the Blues Brothers on vinyl and shit like that. I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to come by these days and shit.
The movie soundtrack?
No, not the movie, the live album. Like not
Oh,
the
the live
sound.
album.
Yeah, the one that came out. I want to say in '78. Shit, man. I gotta get some more boxes for these vinyls and shit. But so we're gonna go to rock music. Ooh. Anyway, we're gonna go to rock music. I'm so petty for a minute. This rock group, in my opinion, I can't necessarily put them like in one specific subgenre in rock because I feel like they jump and influence several types. And this is Queen with A Night at the Opera.
Classic.
This came out in 1975 on Elektra Records, EMI under Elektra. Yes, this is the album that came out with Bohemian Rhapsody, which is arguably like among the most famous rock songs, from one of the most famous songs. Period. Also came out with "You're My Best Friend," another song that I fucking love. It was that's been played in like a lot of commercials, like especially car commercials. Um, this is a very dope album. I mean, because this is when Queen was pretty much Queen's breakthrough to the mainstream and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, around this time, this was actually at that time the most expensive album ever recorded at that time. And if you guys know how Queen are, you guys are in for a fucking surprise. We should definitely talk about some Queen on this channel. I was
Yes.
actually waiting on actually getting this album to actually discuss some Queen and stuff. 'Cause I know I got News of the World. I know I got The Game, which both of those are very underrated albums, if you ask me, especially News of the World. But very, very, very dope album. Queen, rest in peace, Freddie Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Never be forgot. Okay, I gotta get to some CDs. I'm thinking on the line and shit. And shout out to Ashley. Again, mint condition with the definition of the band and stuff like that. Just a spoiler alert. Ashley blessed me with a lot of mint condition and stuff like that. Just a little spoiler alert. um, this is the third studio album that they came out with '96, like y'all mentioned. Long story short, this is their most successful album. Came out with songs like "What Kind of Man Would I Be," which
Mm.
that is like a classic R&B song, right? I remember hearing that song a lot when I was growing up. You don't have to hurt no more, which is
Ooh.
talking about like domestic violence. And let me be the one. I mean, yeah, this was pretty much their last album under like their perspective label before they moved to Elektra Records and stuff. So um, definitely gonna review some mint condition next year. It must.
Okay. Yeah, one of these CDs I got was from a movie soundtrack from '96, starring Sinbad. First Kid.
I don't know that one. What's that movie about?
It was about Sinbad's character who pretty much has to, I guess, be on Secret Service detail protecting the president's son. Yeah. It has stuff from Sounds of Blackness, Devo, The Good Girls, Layla Hathaway, Daryl Black, just to name a few. Anyone who probably, I guess, either remembers seeing the movie, I guess, probably may know what I'm talking about, but if not, find out for yourselves. That's all I gotta say about that. Another CD I got, it's an album that Reg, Try and myself, we talked about sometime back last year. Tevin Campbell's I'm Ready.
Oh yes, classic. Love that album.
Yes, his best album.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I even have his first one, the Tevin album.
That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, we leaving the world of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now to go to the mean streets of Oakland with my boy Spice One with his self-titled album released in 1982.
Dope album.
This album rides, man. 187 proof, East Bay Gangster, Money Gone, He's to my 9, Young Nigga, Welcome to the Ghetto, Money or Murder, City Streets. Like if you play that in like a car with some bass to it, it bumps so hard, man. 1900 Spice, like epic track, man. He like just spitting a freestyle, sort of like when you call like like when you make like a phone call to like one of those telemarketing people. It's sort of like that. So yeah, classic, underrated in my opinion. You know, Spice One don't get a lot of props and prestige in the hip hop game, especially with these young rappers and stuff. I like that he win it like these number rappers out here talking about fuck the OGs and stuff. A couple of years back when Little Yachty was talking all that shit. So we need more OGs in the hip hop game to actually speak up
Mm-hmm.
when these young dudes get out of hand and shit. You know.
I agree.
All right, next we leave in Oakland to go to the Dirty South, ATL. This dude has been holding Georgia down since the late '90s. You know, I'm surprised I got this version of the album, and we going with Pastor Troy. We
Thanks.
read it out of Cold War, the '98 version.
All right.
I looked at this album online. It was like $250 for this version with like the tank on it and the flames and stuff.
Wow.
But I looked on eBay. I only paid like $20+ for it. But you got songs like No More Playing GA, Going at Master P, classic down here in Georgia. They basically play that song like at Georgia football games and stuff. Like when it's time to play,
Crazy.
stop trying, above the law. I declare war, ain't no sunshine, etc., etc. When you listen to this album, you basically get ready to go to war and stuff. So, you know, the year 2020 has been like basically a war, like for black people. So, like when you listen to this album, you might as well strap up so you don't go to war. You know.
Yeah, I might even get into Troy stuff. I never really got into his music like that. Mm,
Yeah, he got some heat for you. You know.
right. Um. So you know what I hate about biopics? I hate when
Mhm.
they try to cast these non-lookalike people to cast these motherfuckers in biopics, and I just had to get this album, Salt and Pepper's Black, the Black Magic album, because I'm going to talk about that Lifetime Salt and Pepper movie. I got to talk about that shit. But anyway, Black Magic. This was the third album. You know, Salt, Pepper, and Spinderella. Um, I opinion my favorite album from Salt and Pepper. This was on Next Plateau. Singles album was known for Expression, Independent, Do You Want Me, love that track. Let's talk about sex. You show me, and it wasn't a single, but they had Expression '92.
Mm.
Um, yeah, this album was a bit more darker compared to like some of the other ones and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's been years since I've heard this one. I know Cinderella done some vocals on this album too. So yeah, man. Definitely gonna talk about this album one day. Salt and Pepper, Black Magic. So glad I got this album in my collection. To me, it's this album and the Very Necessary album. That's my favorite ones that they've done.
So solid album.
Yeah, and then you know, I'm gonna get
I like the album cover too. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I got mint
Cause
condition.
nowadays albums just be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I photoshopped some shit. I got mint conditions debut album. What's this shit called? Meant to be Mint.
Mhm.
This released in 1991. This is like the most '90s album cover I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god! Fucking god! Like god, did y'all miss a color or anything? It's like y'all just doing every color in this fucking book, man. Like, but this album was okay. This was known for the songs "Pretty Brown Eyes," "Breaking My Heart," which
Mhm.
everyone knows. That's like the first, believe it or not, the first time I heard that song was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the episode when Fields guest starred, and it was when Will was trying to like, he was trying to smash old girl, but her character was she was pretty much abstinent. Nigga Will married, trying to marry old girl so he could have sex with her, and Jazz played the Reverend.
I remember
Like,
Oh
and
god.
that would never be made in this day and age. Can you imagine like the backlash the episode we're having this day? But
that.
that's the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, yeah, you know how Me Too is.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an episode of Fresh Prince I never hear a lot of people talk about among their faves and shit. But that scene when Ogo punched Will, and you know how in the '90s they had to put so much emphasis on the punches and shit like that, have motherfuckers just punch directly on the kill, like, oh man. But back to this album. I spent too much time talking about Fresh Prince. Yeah, this album was okay. It was pretty different than some of the other albums. It had like a much stronger New Jack Swing ish kind of vibe and stuff like that. Um, believe it or not, Jelly Bean Johnson. Yes, Jelly Bean Johnson at the time did some production on this album too. So that's what I find kind of interesting. I'm more of a fan of like From the Mint Factory up to possibly Life's Aquarium because I haven't heard anything besides the one I think 7 or something like that after that. So yeah, definitely if you're a Mint Condition fan, must have in your collection. I believe this album is out of print too.
Ashley.
All right. Yeah, I was like at first undecided whether or not to get this album or not, but I might as well have it like for collective reasons. I got TLC's self-titled.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that what album is that?
It's the one that had that song they did with Snoop called Way Back.
So this is after 3D.
Oh, this was
Okay.
long after 3D. Yeah.
I never heard that one.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I only had this for collective purposes, and I had no idea this was the clean version of the album. I didn't know that when I bought it, but hey, it is what it is. So
There's a explicit version of TLC.
there should be.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I didn't know it wasn't up until I got it. So like I said, I'm only having it for collective purposes. So it'll be very rare of me to play it, but hey, it is what it is. And I got the 30th anniversary edition of Hanging Tough.
Oh yes.
Just
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I didn't want to get that version because they added like new songs. They got the song with is it Naughty by Nature?
Yeah. I was about to say they have the original stuff, which was the original 10 songs. Then they have like 5 bonus remixes, and then the new stuff,
Right.
which was 80s Baby with Salt and Pepper, Naughty by Nature, Tiffany and Debbie Gibson, Boys in the Band, and The Way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for anyone who's fans of New Kids on the Block. So Hanging Tough, the 30th anniversary edition. Definitely get your hands on it. And I was fortunate enough to go see them live last summer because they had the mixtape tour.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that was a great show. Everyone did their thing. They had it was incredible. Everyone did their thing. They pretty much sang a lot of their biggest hits. You know, the only thing that I know that did kind of bother me low key was that Spinderella wasn't with Salt and Pepper because of course they they let her go like months prior to them kicking off the tour, because I know they did promos and interviews and a whole bunch of press and all that stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah.
Right.
Classic album. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Albert.
All right, we're going to Bad Boy Records. This group, very underrated. They came out with only one album. I think if Biggie was still alive, they could have put out another album. We're going with Junior Mafia Conspiracy,
Nice.
released in 1995.
Dope.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably top five underrated Bad Boy albums from the Bad Boy count. You got songs like White Chalk, Realms of Junior Mafia, Players Anthem, Cool, fucking epic track, Backstabbers with Lil Kim.
Fire.
That track could have probably been on her first album, in my opinion, and the Mafia Land track too, off that album too,
Yep.
probably too. Lyrical Wizardry, Oh My Lord, and Murder One, like classic, man. Like I really don't hear a lot of people talk about this album, or don't really give it like a list or prestige and stuff, because now some of these new kids think about like 90s hip hop and stuff. Like all y'all niggas was doing was talking about the mafioso stuff, but look what y'all dudes talking about now. Y'all talking about doing drugs when back then dudes were selling the drugs.
Mm.
You get high on your own supply, so what's wrong with that?
Classic album.
So, all right, this next album, we're leaving Bad Boy Records to go to Yonkers, New York. It's coming from a legend in the game. Very aggressive when it came to his music, hit after hit. This man put out two albums in the same year, and they're straight up classics. And I got one of them on vinyl. DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Nice.
Ooh.
The 15-year anniversary
Nice.
gold vinyl version.
Okay. Reg is sleeping on his own live stream right now.
I'm not sleeping. No. I was daydreaming about some shit. This album, in my opinion, is probably the most rarest album I have in my collection up to this point. This is a West Coast classic, in my opinion.
Yes. King T. Underrated.
Oh yeah, let me fix. Yeah, King T, the For Life album. This album came out in 1995. MCA. If you guys don't know who King T is, and y'all claim y'all love West Coast hip hop, slap yourself. Yeah, I have showed you guys the Active 4 album from '88, which was his first album, which I mostly respect the album more than I like it, because it was cool, but I felt like the strongest albums to me was the Trifling album in '93 and this album. With this album right here, pretty much with this album right here, his production game definitely stepped up and stuff, because he started working with a more diverse set of producers after he ended up Captain Records. Like he worked with DJ Cool, CR Love of the Ultramatic MCs, and definitely made like a more diverse sound in comparison to other King T albums. Um, yeah, this is actually my favorite album from King T, because I feel like lyrically he definitely was on his A game. Singles I was known for are Dippin', which everybody knows that track Dippin'. I mostly like the remix in my opinion. Um, Way Out There, Super Nigga, Freestyle Ghetto, Let's Get It On, and Duck. My personal favorite song, Down Ass Lope, with that bass like dun 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 dun. I cannot wait to play that song on these speakers through this vinyl. I cannot wait. Um, Yeah, man. This was legendary. In my opinion, this is an underrated West Coast album. Like
Hmm.
I never hear no one talk about King T
Yeah,
and stuff
well,
like that.
that's what a lot of them though from out there. A lot of
Right,
those lyricists.
right. Because hell, even Biggie was influenced by King T. Believe it or not,
Right.
like Biggie was influenced by King T and shit. But I definitely got to get my hands on the Trifling album from '93. But that shit is hard to come by and stuff. So yeah, man. This is King T for life. They actually re-released this album back in 2016. So if you can find it, it's a must-have in your collection. And concluding the mint condition is um, from the Mint Factory, released in 1993. Very dope album. This is the album where I feel like they found their sound, in my opinion. Um, Again, this was released under the Perspective label, which was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis's label. Singles album was known for was Nobody Does It Better and You Send Me Swinging, which that to me is like a classic. Like
That's one.
it's been a day. Very dope video. Like I mean, 1993, man. Like that year,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was just putting out that shit. In my opinion, like this album pretty much had like a very strong like a very strong album. Like certain songs like Good for Your Heart, Harmony. Yeah, very dope album. Definitely again gotta review this album.
All right. Ashley, you got any more?
Yeah, yeah. These are my final two. These are the final two that I have. Shout out to Reg. He got me. I want to say one of these months ago, like around my birthday, and this is Prince's the B side hit.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Reg for hooking me up with this. Yes, I mean, come on, man. This, Prince, what could be said about this man? He had hits for days. Like, come on, like stuff from When Doves Cried, Let's Go Crazy, 1999, Pink Cashmere. I mean, I can go on and on with this.
Mhm.
And I know my dad has this as well in his collection, so I know he,
Nice.
yeah,
Great, great compilation.
yeah. And shout out to Reg again for this one here. Sade,
Yes,
Love
that's
the
my
Life.
favorite one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my baby right there.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. No Ordinary Love. I mean, come on. Feel No Pain. Kiss Alive. Cherish the Day. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You can't get no better than this. So,
definitely.
yeah. Yeah,
Great,
that's it for me. I have no more CDs to show.
great cups. All right,
Very,
Evan.
very good.
All right. We're going to Gary, Indiana. The Jacksons, Triumph
Nice.
album,
Whoa,
1980.
it's a party right there.
Mm,
So
Every song on here hits, man. Can you feel it? Lovely One, Everybody, Heartbreak Hotel,
nice.
Walk Right Now, Give It Up, Wondering Who. Then they got like different versions of the, like remixes of the songs on here and stuff. For the 40th anniversary of this album, I don't know if it passed already this year or coming up, but it's time to celebrate some of these 40-year albums, like Diana Ross's self-titled album,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
this album, and a lot more. A lot of these artists these days ain't gonna be around in the next 40 years. To celebrate their albums and stuff. Only a small amount of these dudes gonna be around. So while they talking crap about the older music and stuff, you got older music that came out in like the '80s with less production than some of y'all got now. That sounds 100 times better than y'all music. So Y'all might want to learn something before they cut some.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna show a vinyl off next. On the first time I heard this album from this group, I was blown away. I hate that they only came out with one album, and it's Groove Theory with their self-titled album.
Classic.
Hey.
That's a classic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
CD right here too. Sorry, I just wanted to show the CD. I ain't mean to show that one though.
Oh,
Mm.
Hmm.
My favorite tracks are 10 Minute High, Ride. Let me see. Tell Me and the boy at the boy at the window. That was a sad way to end the track, end this album though. But you
mm-hmm.
know, it was different. It was different emotions going through the album and stuff. So 5 out of 5. I don't care what nobody say. Straight up classic album. 25th year anniversary too of the album. So yeah, get it while you can.
Yep. Like
Okay.
that Nas vinyl on your table. It was written.
You see that?
Yeah, I see in the back.
Okay, thank you, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I'm gonna really shock y'all motherfuckers right now. I got Rihanna.
It could be more shocking unless it's Vanilla Ice or something. Rihanna, nice.
Yeah.
I take Vanilla Ice over Playboy Cardi any day. So you know.
Yo, that Playboy Cardi album is overrated.
I just want to say something now. Like the instrumentals are good, not all of them, but they sound like some of those instrumentals sound like they could have been on like a video game soundtrack, like how we like Streets of Rage or something, Mega Man. Like if you listen to some of those instrumentals without him rapping or speaking a foreign language from a galaxy far, far away, the album would be good, like an instrumental album. Like you had Kanye West doing all the damn beats. And you expect a person like Playboy Cardi to actually put out a good album. Like, if you ever listen to his Dialect album, like, man, your soul will leave your body. You don't even want to go through it, man, because I'm telling you, man, it's a death sentence.
Shit. Like I heard that one song he did where he rhymed over the Tribe Called Quest's Footprints beat and stuff like that. That was trash. But
that album was so garbage, it made Migos Culture 2 look like a classic.
shit. And he's gonna have the nerve to make that shit look like a rock album cover. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
Yeah, I forgot which album cover he took that from.
Shit. Anyway, this album, Good Girl Gone Bad, was released in 2007. Singles album was known for was Umbrella, Shut Up and Drive, Hate That I Love You, Don't Stop the Music, and Rehab. Um, this album was okay. You know, this album was pretty straight for the most part. I was like, oh shit, this album was on vinyl. So I was like, you know what? It's only $20. So I was like, fuck it. So yeah, this was a pretty good album and shit like that. I mean, this was pretty much a lot of people say the last album where she had like that good girl image, and we all know what happened with that. That's all I'm gonna say right there. So yeah. This next album, oh my fucking god. I was just like, damn, man. This is what I missed about this fucking story. Like, damn. Woo! Black Sheep's second and final studio album, Nonfiction. This was released in 1994 on damn. What's the label? Mercury Records and stuff like that. Yeah, this came out 3 years after a Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, which I love the album. I know that has the choice is yours, but they try to do what 3 Feet High and Rising tried to do, and it's a good album. But in my opinion, this might sound controversial, but I feel like this album is
Hey, I
better.
hope it's Kevin the phones. Like,
You
damn,
said what?
I'm probably have to exit out again. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Singles album is known for. It only came out with 2 singles, with us Without a Doubt and North, South, East,
Damn,
West.
you stream, y'all fucking up and shit.
You said what?
Thing is streaming Young Punk.
Yeah, yeah, those were like the 2 singles and stuff like that. The interesting thing about this album, in comparison
Damn,
to Wolf and
you
Sheep's
shit like,
Wolf and Sheep's Clothing, was Mr. Walt. He started like rhyming a bit more in comparison to Dress and shit. Cause I mean, Mr. Long, excuse me, I'm tripping. Cause Dress, he got a lot of acclaim for like a Wolf and Sheep's Clothing and stuff like that, and that also led to Black Sheep collaborating on the remix to Vanessa Williams' "Work to Do" track and stuff like that.
That's
So
a Williams.
yeah, they did some with Vanessa
Wow.
Williams.
What?
Oh yeah, like yeah, Vanessa wanna have some connections with you. You'll be surprised.
Right.
Um, yeah, this album commercially it didn't really do too good. I personally felt like for one they waited like 3 years after A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and by that time, hip hop, especially East Coast hip hop, was like going into like the whole Wu Tang and the Biggies and the whatnot. And also with this album, they has a lot of issues with like the label, Mercury and stuff like that. And so that's what pretty much led to them not getting the right promotion for this. And after this, the group actually broke up. And I think to this day, Dress is still using like the Black Sheep name. So yeah, man.
But
Very
I think
good
they
album.
try to get back together, but he said like Mr. Long was like his head wasn't in the right place or something.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, like earlier this year, like I think it was April when he was talking about doing that album with Dilla, the Dilla album that him and Long they tried to patch it up, but him and Long don't get along, and Long was like he was his head wasn't in the music.
oh damn. Watch the intellectual real and shit. All right, you got some more, Eric?
yeah, I got a lot more, but I probably ain't gonna shine the whole day. We're going back to Atlanta. This rapper, even though he a mumble rapper, I can tolerate him. I think this album is his best album out of his entire discography, and I think a lot of mainstream media mumble rappers these days trying to take his style and stuff from this album. This is a classic album in my opinion, even though it came out in 2015. It was going with Future, Dirty Sprite 2.
I knew you were talking about that album.
Oh, that's the Dirty Sprite Reg mentioned.
That's the only album I'll ever have if I haven't had a chance to.
This album is fucking every song on here hit, man. I don't know what type of lean he was doing, but good job, Future. Good job.
Right.
You got songs like yeah, he talked about him doing lean. You took some drugs, to make this classic album in my opinion, because those mixtapes, 56 Nights, Purple Rain, like there was just momentum building up to this album. You got songs like I Thought It Was a Drought, I Served the Bass, Where You At featuring Drake. There's actually a Drake song that I can listen to without actually falling asleep most of the time. Groupies, Little One, Stick Talk. Stick Talk basically a straight raw music, stick up kid music. Freak Hole, I mean, basically a track about strippers shaking their ass and shit. But the beat is fucking crazy. Blow a Bag, Rich Sex, Blood on the Money. Like this, like if you don't do drugs and listen to this album will take you on on a higher plateau. You'll feel like you're doing drugs listening to that album. So yeah. Um, this next artist, I haven't listened to her in a while. I think it's her only album. She needs to put out more work. She's a beautiful person, an artist too. I think this album gonna be a classic in the years to come. And that's LMI, her self-titled album.
Love that album.
Okay.
You got tracks like Good Bad, Emotion, Cheap Shot, Shot Clock. Like that track gets you in the mood, with your lady and stuff. So Booed Up, everybody know that track. They done did so many damn remixes on it that you might as well listen to the original one, because these remixes don't really be doing nothing for the original and stuff.
Yeah, that's a dope album. Yeah, she needs to put out more. I don't know why she hasn't put out a second album yet.
I think she got an EP out on like different colored vinyls, but I forgot the title of it, so I had to like look it up and stuff,
Right.
Yes, sir. All right, so I got 3 more vinyls left and stuff like that. So this next vinyl I got is we already did a review on this. It's the Death Row Records Christmas album.
Okay.
This came out in 1996. Yeah, pretty straight Christmas album and stuff like that. Yeah, check out the recent review we did. So it was pretty fire. Okay. Then I got the Jackson 5 Skywalker album. This came out in 1973. Yeah, I know this is like one of their like rarest albums and stuff like that. This album didn't really do too good in comparison to some of the other ones. And around this time they were having like a lot of issues with Motown and stuff like that. Because they wanted like more creative control, and Michael's voice was changing around that time too. And the album was also controversial because they had a cover of the Supreme song called Touch. And pretty much they redid the song as a way of satisfying their women in bed. And mind you, they were young at that time too and stuff like that, like 15, 16, whatever. And I mean, Michael was 14 when he did that song, and it was kind of controversial from what I looked up. But this is an okay album. It was in comparison to some of the other ones, like Looking Through the Window. It's kind of bland, but this is a collective item, so I'm just grateful I got it.
Wait, is there any hits from that album?
Not really.
No.
Like they had to come out with Dancing Machine like the next year and stuff. Yeah, I just got one more vinyl left and stuff, so you can show like a few more, Eric, before I turn it off for the night.
Okay, we're going to an artist we underrated, in my opinion. I think this lady has put in a lot of work during like the late 70s and mid 80s. And I think one day she will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I done bought this album like 3 times. And third time's the charm, because the whole album don't skip when I play it and stuff. Evelyn Champagne Keys on the Love's album.
Nice.
Ooh.
Look at the back cover too. She looking so sexy. I wish more black women would wear their hair like this too, instead of just wearing like cheap $300 Chinese weave and stuff. But we ain't gonna talk about that. You got tracks like "I'm So in Love," "If You Want My Loving," "Don't Hide Our Love." A very underrated track on this album, "Spirit of the Dancer." I can probably see like that playing in like a roller skate ring or something. Or like like older people dancing to it, like at their high school reunion or something.
Right.
But yeah, man, I wouldn't say this is really expensive, but you'll be surprised like how much it costs like on eBay and stuff. Cause you know how eBay and Amazon is when it comes to these older albums and stuff. They want you to pay an arm and a leg and stuff.
All right, Cruz. Good night, man.
All right. And the last album I'm gonna show you guys is Ludacris presents Disturbing the Peace. This was the compilation that they came out with '05. Yo, this shit right here, one of the best Disturbing the Peace albums in my opinion. Like, man, like this. I mean, I know everyone knows. Remember that song Georgia with
Right.
Field Mob, and this is when Jamie Foxx was in that Ray Charles.
Right. The Raging.
Think he had to do like a Ray Charles impersonation every song he appeared.
Oh god.
I remember that. I mean, I love the Ray movie. I love the Ray movie, but I felt like every song that he had to do like a Ray Charles esque kind of. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but then y'all remember this song "Getting Some" with Shauna. Yeah, man, this album, in my opinion, was definitely one of like the strongest Disturbing the Peace albums of all time. I always felt like Disturbing the Peace, in comparison to like some of the other southern hip hop labels, like Cash Money, even Grand Hustle. I feel like it never really got its props. Cause there was like some raw ass niggas like I-20, like motherfucking I-20, man. Like, Jesus, yo, I'm gonna get that self-explanatory album. I'm gonna fucking get that shit. But as good as you had I-20 and Shauna, you had Shingy. But
Right.
y'all know
I
how.
can't even I can't even remember him. So all I know is Gunna and Ludacris, you know.
Yeah, it's that dollar store Nelly, but
Oh my god, this nigga red.
I can't
You
even tell you
crazy.
how many people on Facebook was dying. I was like, damn, y'all really think this shit?
Right.
Like niggas was sharing my shit. I was like, god damn, what the fuck? I was like, but anyway, yeah, man, this album right here is definitely a very solid joint. Probably one of the last good Disturbing the Peace albums, in my opinion, and shit. So must have your like this album's out of print.
Yep. And, you know, and I have that album. I never played it.
Oh wow.
I never played it. It's just sitting there collecting dust right now.
Oh, and just to let y'all know, I got some more pickups which I want to show possibly after the R. Kelly Love Letter review. And spoiler alert, I do got Ludacris's Red Light District, which
Yes.
I'll say my thoughts on that album.
We didn't discuss that one, right?
You said what?
We never discussed that album.
We never discussed no Luda album.
Okay. That's a great album. That one I played. I played that one. That one is great.
Yeah, man. But anyway, we about 2 hours in. I'm about to actually end this off for the night because I'm about to go work on some stuff. Plus, I didn't even eat dinner yet. So, just to let y'all know, this is Tony Toni Tony's House of Music. This Tuesday, we're gonna do the double review between OC's Word of Life and Joel's The Last DITC album, which cannot wait. Wait. We didn't talk about Big L's The Big Picture yet. We did not talk about that one. So
No, we didn't do that one yet.
that's going to be the last one because
Okay.
I'll come back to Full Scale and some of Fat Joe's latter albums later and stuff like that. So,
Internal Affairs. Sam still wants that one.
yeah, Internal Affairs comes. That's coming next week.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just recently found that album and stuff. So, the beef episode, I'm really trying to get that finished. The holidays just warm me the fuck out. So I'm really gonna finish that up by this week, the latest and stuff like that. So, and this Friday we're gonna talk about R. Kelly's, yes, R. Kelly, the Love Letter album, which I cannot wait to talk about that album because of the fact that that's an album I ran that won in the poll, but I never felt like the album got its fair due, in my opinion. because that was when he discovered like Motown and some shit like that. He wasn't talking about sex, but you know what? I'm gonna say my thoughts on that album. So yeah, man. Definitely let's end this year off with the bang. Let's end this month off with some good vibes. So make sure y'all
Sorry.
subscribe, like, share this video, whatever. Hope everyone has a good night. Peace.
Peace.
These
Hey, peace out.